Do you ever look at your dog in winter and think, I'm doing everything to keep you warm and cozy? The blankets, the heater, the closed windows, the extra treats, it all feels like love. But what if one of those habits you repeat every single cold season is quietly making your best friend uncomfortable? Or even hurting them? Here's the hard truth. Most dog owners don't even notice it. Your dog won't cry, won't complain, and won't point a paw at the problem. They'll just adjust, curl a little tighter, lick their nose a bit more, sleep a bit longer. On the outside, it looks peaceful. On the inside, their body is working harder than it should. Every winter, so many dogs go through silent stress, dehydration, irritated lungs, itchy skin, stiff joints, anxiety from all the changes at home, all because of tiny decisions their humans make with the best intentions. And the scariest part? The habit that hurts them most is usually the one that feels the kindest. So in this video, we're going to talk about the winter mistakes loving dog owners make without realizing. Not to shame you, but to help you see what your dog can't explain. Because once you understand what's really going on, you can turn this winter into the season where your dog finally feels truly comfortable, safe, and seen. Let's start with the first big mistake, one that almost every dog parent makes. Winter mistake number 1. Turning your home into a dry, overheated box. When the temperature drops, your first instinct is simple. Turn up the heat. You want your living room warm, your bedroom cozy, your dog's bed to feel like a little nest. It seems like the obvious way to show love. But here's the hidden side. Most heaters don't just warm the air, they strip it of moisture. Dry air doesn't just bother your own skin and lips, it quietly steals moisture from your dog's nose, eyes, and lungs. Their nose may go from cool and damp to warm and flaky. Their skin might start to itch, so they chew or scratch just a bit more than normal. Their paws can dry out, and every breath they take pulls in air that's rougher on their airways than it should be. Older dogs, brachycephalic breeds like pugs and bulldogs, and dogs with existing breathing issues feel this even more, but they won't tell you. You'll just see them napping extra, licking themselves, or getting up slowly, and assume it's winter laziness. A kinder option? Instead of cranking the heat all day, aim for comfortable, not tropical. Add a humidifier near the area where your dog sleeps. Offer warm, slightly wet meals that add moisture from the inside out. And always make sure their water bowl is fresh and easy to reach, especially at night. Winter mistake number 2. Sealing the house so tightly that your dog breathes the same stale air all day. Cold wind outside, cozy home inside. You shut every window, close every door, and maybe even block drafts with towels or seals. It feels smart and protective. But when the air stops moving, something invisible starts to build up. Stale, heavy, used air that your dog inhales every minute. Dust, cleaning product fumes, kitchen odors, indoor allergens, and a slow rise in carbon dioxide. Your dog's body has to deal with all of it. You might just feel the house is a little stuffy. For them, especially if they're older or sensitive, every breath is just a bit more work than it should be. Maybe you notice your dog hanging out by the door more often. Maybe they seem tired, or their eyes look a little dull. It's easy to blame the weather or their age, but often their body is simply asking for one thing: real, fresh air. The fix is simple. Once or twice a day, crack a window open for a few minutes, preferably when the sun is out. Let the air exchange. If you live somewhere with high pollution or allergies, consider an air purifier placed in the room where your dog rests the most. You're not just cleaning the air, you're making every breath your dog takes feel lighter, clearer, and easier. Winter mistake number 3. Letting your dog choose the worst possible sleeping spot. If you've ever watched your dog stretch out on the cold kitchen tiles or curl right in front of a blasting heater, you know how stubborn they can be about their favorite spot. To us, it looks adorable, But their body doesn't care what's cute. It cares about balance. Cold flooring sends a chill up through their paws, legs, and joints. It's especially tough on seniors and large breeds. Over time, that chill can make stiffness worse, turning simple movements like standing up or climbing stairs into something they quietly dread. On the flip side, camping out inches from a heater can dry their skin and paw pads and even risk overheating. Dogs don't sweat like we do. By the time they move away, they've already gotten too warm, and that cycle repeats all winter. You don't need to fight their instincts, you just need to guide them. Raise their bed off the floor if you can, or add a thick washable mat where they like to sleep. Keep it a safe distance from heaters and radiators. If you use a heating pad or electric blanket, choose one made specifically for pets and never leave it on unsupervised. Winter mistake number 4. Turning your living room into a scented spa. Picture this. The lights are low. There's a cinnamon or pine candle glowing. Maybe a diffuser misting essential oils into the air. To us, it feels like the perfect winter vibe. But your dog experiences that scene in a totally different way. Their sense of smell is tens of thousands of times stronger than yours. What's a gentle scent to you can feel like a constant, overwhelming cloud to them. Some candles and diffusers also use ingredients or essential oils that are irritating or difficult for dogs' bodies to process. You might notice subtle signs, sneezing more around certain candles, licking their nose, blinking, or leaving the room when you light something. It's easy to ignore because the atmosphere feels so cozy to you. But your dog might be whispering in the only language they have. This is too much. The gentler choice? If you love candles, choose unscented or very lightly scented options made from soy or beeswax and burn them in well-ventilated areas. Skip strong essential oil diffusers around your dog's bed, food, or crate. And if you crave that fresh feeling, an air purifier is a kinder way to clean the air without soaking it in smell. Winter mistake number 5. Comfort feeding your dog all season long. You see your dog curled by the fire and your heart just melts. So you grab an extra biscuit, add a little extra scoop of food, or share a piece of your winter snack. It's cold, you tell yourself. He deserves something special. But in winter, most dogs move less. Shorter walks, icy sidewalks, dark evenings, more time on the couch. Their calorie burn drops, but their appetite usually doesn't. That tiny extra spoonful of food each day adds up quickly. Extra weight isn't just about appearance. It puts pressure on joints, stresses the heart, can affect breathing, and makes it harder for them to regulate temperature. Your dog may start panting faster during short walks or seem lazy, when in reality their body is simply heavier than it wants to be. Instead of feeding more, think about feeding smarter. Keep portions consistent and measured. Use part of their daily kibble ration as training treats or for puzzle toys so they work a little for their food. Choose warm, hydrating options, like adding a bit of warm water or low-sodium broth to their meals, to make dinner feel comforting without quietly overloading them with calories. Winter mistake number 6. Letting the cold season steal your dog's playtime and mental health. When it's freezing outside, it's tempting to shorten walks, skip the park, and tell yourself, he just wants to sleep anyway. And yes, many dogs do curl up more in winter. But often, that extra sleeping isn't real rest, it's boredom. Dogs are built for movement, sniffing, exploring, and solving little problems with their nose and brain. When winter takes away their usual walks and outdoor smells, their world shrinks to 4 walls, the same hallway, and the same couch. On the surface, they look calm. Underneath, stress can start to simmer. You might see it in small ways. More barking at random sounds, chewing on things they normally ignore, begging constantly, or staring at you with that restless, pleading look. Sometimes it shows up as sadness instead, less interest in toys or eyes that just seem a little dimmer. The antidote doesn't have to be hours in the snow. 10 focused minutes of play can reset their mood. Tug of war, a short indoor fetch session, a few simple training cues with treats, or a snuffle mat they can hunt in. All of these release feel-good chemicals in your dog's brain. Mix in shorter but more frequent walks when it's safe, and you keep their body and mind awake, even when the days are dark. Winter mistake number 7. Ignoring grooming and paw care because they're not shedding much. It's easy to assume that grooming is a summer thing. But in winter, your dog's coat and skin go through their own battle. Dry indoor air, sweaters or jackets rubbing against their fur, and salt or chemicals on sidewalks all add up. Under their coat, oils and dust can build, causing itchiness or mild skin irritation. Their paws walk across icy sidewalks and road salt, then come inside to dry, heated air. If you notice your dog licking the same spot repeatedly or nibbling at their paws, it might not be just a quirk. It could be their way of saying, something doesn't feel right. A simple winter routine goes a long way. Brush them gently for a couple of minutes most days. After walks, wipe their paws with a damp cloth to remove salt and grit, then dry them well. For dogs who walk on salted streets a lot, consider pet-safe balm or booties. You're not just keeping them tidy, you're protecting the skin that carries them through every step of their life. Winter mistake number 8. Forgetting how overwhelming holiday chaos can feel to a dog. For humans, winter often means celebrations, family visits, decorations, music, different schedules. For your dog, it can feel like their carefully mapped out world suddenly rearranged itself overnight. Furniture moves, new smells appear, people they don't know walk in loudly. To a creature that finds safety in predictability, that chaos can feel like a storm. You may notice your dog hiding under the table, pacing, panting more, or acting naughty in ways they normally don't. This isn't bad behavior, it's anxiety. The kindest thing you can give them is a sense of control. Keep their basic routine as steady as you can. Similar meal times, similar walk schedule, the same spot for their bed. Create a quiet, safe zone, a bedroom or corner with their bed and a toy they love, where guests aren't allowed to follow. Let your dog choose when to join the party and when to leave. In the end, winter doesn't have to be the season that secretly hurts your best friend. It can become the season that proves how deeply you understand them. Your dog will never come to you and say, "The heater dries my nose," or "That candle gives me a headache." All they can do is follow you from room to room and hope you notice the small signs. Every little change you make, adding moisture to the air, protecting their joints, feeding wisely, keeping their mind busy, caring for their paws, and guarding their peace during holidays, is a sentence in the love letter you write to them with your actions. This winter, don't just keep your dog warm. Keep them truly well.